G'day guys, today we're going to be going through a few foot strengthening exercises, and all of these exercises don't involve any equipment at all. They're all things that you can do yourself at home. We're going to be covering different exercises that look at all the little muscles that make up our feet, making us more efficient at running and getting us through our daily lives. So let's get into it. So our feet are made up of 20 little intrinsic muscles and 13 extrinsic muscles that travel into the foot. So we're going to be working all these little muscles today. So this first one, what we're doing is we're trying to stretch the toes out as wide as possible. So each time you'll bring your toes back into the center where they'll meet. And then lifting all the toes up, you'll then spread as wide as you possibly can before pushing them down into the ground and then coming back to the center once again. This one we're working on raising the big toe in isolation. So the little toes, toes 2, 3, 4 and 5, will all stay firmly on the ground whilst the big toe lifts up into the air. You want to hold each one of these for a few seconds and then let it rest back down on the ground. You can do the toes together or alternate side by side. This one is now the opposite, so we're now keeping the big toes down on the ground and we're raising the little toes up into the air. Again, you're going to hold this position for a few seconds each time, and you can do one foot at a time or you can do both feet together. You'll want to be pushing the big toe down into the ground at the same time as doing this. This next one is a short foot or doming exercise. The aim of this exercise is to raise up through the arch whilst bringing the big toe joint and the heel closer together. So you can kind of think about trying to squeeze the ground between your big toe joint and your heel. This one is rolling in and out, so we're using the muscles on the outside of our foot when we're rolling inwards, and we're using the muscles on the inside of our foot when we're rolling outwards. You just want to do this one nice and slow, moving through motion and getting all the way to your end range when you're doing it. This is a roll-out calf raise. So what we're doing here is rolling out to the outside part of our foot before moving ourselves up into a calf raise, then coming back onto our big toe joint and slowly lowering ourselves back down. So it's using all the muscles around the ankle before using the calf muscle to raise us up onto our toes. And this one is a toe walk. So what you're doing is simple as going up onto the ball of your foot, and you can find a long stretch and walk for a long period of time, or you can just walk back and forth on the same spot. And this is the opposite, so we're now going up onto the heels. This is the heel walk, so we're using all those muscles through the front of the shin and across the top of the foot, and those muscles are going to be pulling the toes and the feet up towards the sky, allowing you to just walk on your heels. Now we start moving into a little bit of plyometric work, so you're just bouncing on the ball of your foot. You want it to be really light on your feet. You don't want to make too much noise when you're bouncing. Try to stay as light as possible. And then going into single leg, doing the same thing, staying light on our feet,